And good morning, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this morning. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. As you all know, I've always covered the Lorenzen Wright case. I took a great interest in the Lorenzen Wright's case and him getting justice. And even when his case had gone cold for so many years, of course, you all know that I covered that. I interviewed his family. I keep in contact with his family and all those good things. And 7 years after his murder, okay, his killers were brought to justice. His killers was one of them. We already knew who it was. It just had to be proven, and that was his ex-wife. And another one is a young man named Billy Ray Turner. Okay, of course, Billy Ray was um, convicted, and I did a video the other day where he's finally breaking his silence, and he went on to a news channel in the Memphis area to break his silence. He says he wants to tell his side of the story. Okay, but since he did that interview, Lorenzen's mother, okay, has since, okay, did an interview. They went and did an interview with her. As I said before, I've interviewed her many times and she does not hold back. Okay, so let's listen to what Lorenzen Wright's mother has to say about Billy Ray Turner's. First, I'm going to take you all to a interview that she did right after uh Ray was convicted, okay, and outside of the courtroom, okay. And she spoke about how she felt, and you could tell that she was emotional. It was definitely a long time coming. We're going to go back to that day first.
I'm gonna do his birthday every year, his death day every year. I'm gonna keep his name. His name ain't gonna never die as long as I'm living. And then when I die, I got other churches. They can keep on what I started going on. I'm trying to find something to get a scholarship in his name to give kids. All to do some stuff on in the name of my child.
Mr. Boyle, more than likely, Cheryl Wright is going to see, with all this media here, she's going to see this tonight. You have any words for her?
Yeah, baby. They're coming to see me next month. And so I want to tell you, I'm getting all my kids back. I've been talking to them and everything. That's all I want her to know. They finna be back with the right woman.
Miss Marion, you're on ABC 24 now. We just took our show. How does this feel right now, this verdict today?
I can still, I'm not through screaming. I haven't screamed enough, thank you, yet. It's still in me. I still feel it's got to come out. It's going to come out probably later on today sometime. I ain't holler loud enough yet.
Hearing guilty on all three charges, life in prison at least, what was running through your mind facing that verdict?
Thank you, Jesus. He can suffer like I've been suffering for the last 12 years without things. I have my time.
I know you just mentioned you can't have closure, but what does this mean to you?
It's a celebration for me because we got somebody else, for actually doing what they did. Not just facilitation. He got charged with the real deal crime. Murder, first degree, and facilitation. All the above.
Did you have any eye contact with Billy Ray Turner today?
Every time I look at him, he turns his head. But I stared him down. I can about tell you how many hairs he got going down his face. I'm going like this.
Mrs. Mary, what kept you going through all of this? There's 7 years where this was a cold
Actually, his children. They weren't talking to me. One of them talking to me because I kept having their day at the birthday party. I kept having a vision. They said if I hadn't kept doing all that, then they wouldn't, mama wouldn't have got arrested. But once they start realizing what they hear, they cool. I got pictures of my granddaughter I ain't seen in 11 years. I haven't seen her. She called me the other night. I had to get her off the phone.
So your other grandchildren that you haven't spoken to, what do you want to tell them?
I love them. They know. But I want to tell them again. I'm always up with my grandkids. They ain't sour because their mama's sour.
If you could talk to Billy Turner, what would you tell him?
You fool. How you let a woman miss your life? She tricked you like she was going to marry you and y'all were going to live on that $1,000,000. She married 2 other guys and you wasn't either one of them. You fool. You should have cleared out first. Darling.
Thank you, Miss Mary.
Okay, she definitely wanted Shara to know, even at that point, after Billy Ray was found guilty, that, listen, you kept my grandkids away from me for 11 years because Lorenzen's Wright Lorenzen Wright's case was, it didn't go to trial until later, but after the 7th year, that's when the arrest and stuff, the indictments came down, and it took a few years for it to go to trial. Um, but she wanted for Shara to know, you kept my grandkids away from me. I hadn't seen some of my grandkids in 11 years. Okay. And I want you to know that Lauren is coming to see me. Okay. So, that's what she wanted for Shara to know. But then now we know Billy Ray is on this crusade to try and, um, I guess prove his innocence or something. Even though he didn't do nothing for himself when he was in court, he didn't say anything. He didn't speak up for himself because him and Shara, had made this pact, and she fooled him again. Okay, he didn't want to say anything. Right. And so, it's nothing for this man to come out now and say, that he's innocent. I mean, the time to do it, if he was so innocent, that was the time to do it when he had his day in court. But he did not do that. Even before he went to court, that was his opportunity. He still did not do that. Right. So, um, of course, y'all know he did his interviews on News Channel 3. And so the other day, and they went straight to Lorenzen Wright's mother's house and did an interview with her. And let's hear what she has to say about that interview.
Somebody need to pay the price for it. Because dead is dead. They overkilled him. 2 guns. 2 people shooting one. A lover and an ex-wife.
The words of a mother still grieving. 13 years don't erase the pain that invaded Deborah Marion's life the day her firstborn child, Lorenzen, was shot to death.
I did not want to.
But when she hears Billy Ray Turner, the only man convicted of murdering Lorenzen, denies being the killer, well, she doesn't want to hear it.
Billy can go on. He got greedy and got caught. That's what he thought. He had a person murder, but not with Lorenzen being my child. As long as the blood wasn't warm in my body, I wasn't going to rest. So somebody going to have to do some time for mine. That's just simple.
Come on. Thank you. Again. When Turner was convicted, Deborah says a weight was lifted. Billy Ray Turner spoke to me and WREG investigator Zanetta Lowe by phone from prison. His life sentence is now being appealed.
I've been traumatized from this situation because of me being locked up, wrongfully convicted of this situation.
What would it take to kill?
Turner says there were things not brought out in his last trial. He wants a chance for those things to be heard and new eyes to take a look at the evidence. There will also be a new attorney on his case, since he says his former attorney didn't represent him like he wanted.
There was a lot of things he left out, a lot of things that he did not call, a lot of witnesses that was not presented, a lot of people that wasn't even mentioned in this case that would have set me free. But none of that happened.
You have to blame somebody. Everybody wants to blame people.
But Deborah Marion believes Billy Turner was in on the killing with Lorenzen's ex, Shara Wright. And she says it's because Billy wanted what Lorenzen had.
Why Billy gonna try to save him when he tried to get in his spot? He wasn't trying to save a black girl. He was trying to be what Lorenzen was in that big old house. He knew he could never afford it. But I don't care. I can get with somebody that can.
Deborah Marion believes money was the key motive, but she also believes there was another lure between Shara and Billy Turner. Sex.
How do you think Billy was pulled into this?
Female, male. Bed sheets. Hello. That's the only thing that could coerce him to come on. He weak. He's weak as tall as he is short. Billy thought he was going to be the next wing in the mansion. Yes, he did, dumb. And I don't want to hear that she manipulated, not she manipulated. He a grown man.
Deborah Marion has no empathy for Billy Turner, saying he got his day in court.
Do you think it was a fair trial?
Well, yes, it was, for what it was worth. Dummy, you could have played out. Dummy, but you trying to say what? Nothing. Look what you got. Life, dummy.
The two have never spoken, but she couldn't contain, and few could forget, her outburst in court after he was arrested.
How could you have murdered my son? That's what I didn't know. Just how.
Billy Turner never answered. So we asked him what he would say to Deborah Marion now. Deborah Marion would say her son lost his life. She can't call him. She can't go see him. She can't visit with him. What do you say to that and to her?
I say to her, I'm not the one that took her son's life. I'm not the one that took all that from her. The ones that took all that from her is Jimmy.
As for Deborah, what would you say to Billy right now?
Damn fool. I don't want to hear that she coerced you to do nothing. You thought you was going to get something. That's why you did what you did.
Billy Turner's appeal is still making its way through court.
Okay, we're going to keep close watch on this. As you can see, Lorenzen Wright's mother is still in a whole lot of pain, even though it's been 11 years. Lorenzen Wright was very close to his mother. He was very close to his sister. He loved his family. One of the first things that he wanted to did when he went pro, he went about making sure that his family was okay. Okay. His mother and he were very, very close. Okay. So that's why you still see the pain. It's very heartbreaking. Billy Ray, is now saying that the other guy, Cheryl's cousin, was the one. And I don't doubt that he was out there. Okay. But Billy Ray was out there too. He gave him the opportunity because he wanted to stay loyal to Cheryl. Okay. And they both kind of threw him up under the darn bus. Okay. But Billy Ray talks about what his lawyer didn't do, but what he didn't say is some of those people that was supposed to come and speak up for him ended up backing out because they didn't want to be held in contempt for fabricating stories, right? So, like I said, I had wanted to do, talk about Miss Marion's reaction, and we already knew what her reaction would be. Okay, because she has been very vocal. It's still very painful, when she talk about the overkill of Lorenzen. Definitely a Memphis hometown star, but the prosecutors, even though it took 7 years, they got him. Okay, that's why I always say you may get by for a little while, but you never get away. Okay. I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about Miajaye, and we know that Miajaye had gone off of social media for a few months, and now she's back, and she seems to be healthy and mentally. She's always been very beautiful, smart. I see why young Dolph was attracted to her because not only is she beautiful, she is extremely smart. I thought about listening to Young Dolph when he talked about the artist that he had signed. I can't think of her name right now. She no longer, after Young Dolph was killed, she kind of stopped rapping. I can't think of her name right now. You all know who I'm talking about though. And he said that she was like a chocolate Nicki Minaj or something like that. And he was like, she's a dark-skinned beauty. And I think about how he referred to his daughter, his chocolate baby, and how in songs he talked about Mia's chocolate beauty and all of that. And how she was a college grad and how smart she was and things of that nature. Mia has gotten a lot of flack. This is a lady who has to raise both of his children. And for social media, and I understand that some of the people that paid to have young Dolph assassinated, they immediately started putting their team and their trolls on social media to try and divert what had really happened. But there is a God. And those people that even took the money to get on social media to try and spin the narrative, God got something for them too. Okay. And that God get back ain't nothing nice. You probably ain't gonna see them around too much longer. Okay. Because God says when I get them back, you're gonna witness it. Okay. But Miajaye is back, and she's been repping young Dolph, and she looks healthy, and her children look happy, and you know, um, I think when she went off of social media the first time, it is because she got the opportunity to hear from people from the inside that had started talking what happened, how he was followed, or all of that leading up to his death and all of that. And I think it was very devastating to Mia J. But Mia J seems to be a praying warrior, and That's the reason why we know that God Get Back ain't gonna be nothing nice, because she seems to be in agreement. She's got a lot of people who want to see young Dolph do well. Um, that is standing in agreement with her on those prayers. And it's so funny how I heard a lot of people start to dog her out, talking about Miajaye had wanted Dolph's money. She was already living a good life. She was living in the house with him. They was together. Okay, he said he spoiled her. That's what he said. And it's amazing to me, even though Dolph was a trap dude, you know what I mean? He understood what his position was, and that was to provide for his woman and his children. And it's so unfortunate, because see, I grew up around that a lot of people, either they're jealous hearted or they don't know what a man is supposed to do. Even some of these sissified punks, okay, that sit up and say why he had left her some money. Well, she got his kids. Number one, that lets you know, you already know you have to separate the sissies from and the bombs from the real men. Real men already know if a woman got your kids. Regardless of how you feel about it, that's still your child. Those are your kids. You're supposed to leave your kids straight. I'm in my damn 40s and my dad just passed, and my dad had us set up, and he started from when we was younger, okay? He started that when we was younger, right? All right? We and all of my dad's kids grown. He ain't have to do a damn thing. Okay? But that's what real men do. I built something and I want to leave some of that for my kids. Okay? Young Dolph was on a way bigger scale. I'm hearing alleged. This is, I heard some people say now. Young Dolph met when, because Young Dolph said himself, when I die, my kids gonna know I was their kids. I'm hearing he left us something in the department of maybe 100 million. Okay, that's a real one. And so for people to say why he had did that, you stupid. You know what? I really wish there needs to be some healing, especially in our community. I really want women to know what men are supposed to do. Men are protectors and providers. And if he ain't doing that for you, if he's sitting up waiting for you his come up. See, some women are so used to being dogged out and abused, they don't even know what the man position is. She get up, I go to work every day so I can provide for him, and he sits at home and keep the kids. They don't even know what a man's supposed to do. He's sitting up playing footsies and looking at the soap operas and all that while she worked 2 and 3 jobs. Her fingernails black, harder than damn rocks and all of that. And his toes and the bottom of his feet soft, and hands and shit soft. I can't stand to feel a man's hands and they soft. They better be hard. Okay? It turns me off. Okay? He need to be out there chopping down some trees and shit like that. Because if his hands soft, that means I ain't got nothing for him. He don't work. If a man don't work, he don't eat and can't sleep either. And it shouldn't be with you. Okay? But it seems that she is doing well. Okay? And God has renewed her strength, because Miajaye knows, just like Lorenzen Wright's mother knew, okay, that there was going to be justice. Okay? And young Dolph is going to get justice in totality. Everybody think they got their chessboards out, but the government is the biggest hitter. Okay, if I had to bet on some street thugs that has raised a little money and the government, I think I stand on the side of the government. Okay. And Miajaye knows that. And, just seeing how happy she is, and she done popped back out. She said, I'm happy and I'm healthy. The thing about it is, when there have been widows, when I say widows, I'm talking about men and women. People become widows every single day. Okay. And when I know, like my auntie, okay, and I know other people, when their husbands unfortunately was, died or was gunned down, or I have cousins that was gunned down and they were married, and it hurt us very badly. You know, I had a cousin who we were very close to that was killed, and he was like 23 years old, but he was married, like way back in 2006. Okay, he was already married. He had a young wife. He was a young man. Okay, and even though 2006, that's been a long time ago. At this point, his wife is remarried. Okay? His wife is remarried. We didn't expect for her to grieve and stay single all that time. At some point, God is going to unite her with somebody of her equal, right? And so, and that is my prayer. And I believe because young Dolph has ascended to the spiritual realm, he around his spinning. He gonna make sure of that because he can't come back to this side, right? Somebody that'll be good to her, that's equal, because he left her all that money, and be good to his children. But it's funny to me how people are so judgmental. But I understand when the people that had paid to take him out, and they have all these media teams put stuff into the atmosphere, and people that are bitter catch on to that. You know what I mean? Or if it gets more views and things of that nature. Okay. But Miajaye is a praying woman, and I really believe, because I already know it's gonna be justice. That's the reason why when people start getting anxious, when, I'm an investigator. I already know you can't do microwave stuff. That's why when folks say, "Well, why are you so calm?" Because I know what investigations consist of. Okay. I already know that. And I would rather, okay, for the investigation to be right and tight than for somebody to go to court just because the public is anxious that don't know a damn thing about investigations, okay? And then they, is found not guilty because they can afford them high priced lawyers that know how to poke holes and stuff, get off on technicalities, and walk out of that courtroom and stand in front of the cameras and say, yeah, hey, because of those double jeopardy laws, yeah, I'm the biggest. Hey, they can't do nothing to me. I was found not guilty, and yeah, I killed that bitch ass nigga. And can't be a damn thing done because they can't try him twice. Okay, so I just think for there to be a lot of old ass folks, okay, it's pathetic for them to be so impatient. Hey, you can't rush justice, right? But hey, it's coming. Okay, it's coming. All right. And just seeing how happy she is and how God is dealing with her and all of that, we already know that it's coming. It's something in the atmosphere. I don't care what it looks like. The devil wants to make you think that they are winning. That's a way, that's that arrogance, and that's a way to incite fear. Hey, look at what we did and we didn't got away with it, okay? But the word of God says when I get them back, you're gonna see it, you're gonna witness it, okay? And I stand on that. All right. So you see how Lorenzen Wright's mom hugged that prosecutor. That's that same damn prosecutor that's on Young Dolph's case. Okay. And it's some get back in the atmosphere. Hey, when I tell y'all it's cuffing season, just because you don't see it tomorrow don't mean it ain't cuffing season. I stand on what I say. Okay. But I'm happy to hear and see Miajaye back out there doing what she says God has put into her heart to do. And if helping other people and speaking about what she has gone through helps other people, damn all the bitter Bettys, okay, and bitch niggas, okay. Why she taking this opportunity to be seen? I ain't nobody. Why she got to be somebody? Get about your mission and leave Mia J alone. Just because you jealous of her don't mean that she ain't helping other people. Because her prayers and stuff help me. I like them, those affirmations. When I'd be up in the morning getting ready to go out on my missions, I'd be listening right to her. I'd be tuned in. I ain't say a word. Okay? So she was touching some folks, praise God. But see her, being happy, y'all. Hey, is this an indication of something that's getting ready to happen real soon? Okay. Hey, possibly. Possibly. Okay. But I wanted to talk about Miajaye. She was playing Dolph's song Royalty. And let me see. It touched me because I had never really listened to that song all the way through, but I'm just gonna play a little bit of it. Okay, and I hope they don't. I'm gonna just play a little bit of it. It touched me hearing that part because I'm always inspired by greatness, and that dude was great. Okay,
Much money, then they get afraid.
Hold on.
Much money, then they get afraid. My great granddaddy used to be a slave. They start to hate on you when they notice you pay. Fuck it, I guess it's the price that you pay.
You heard that right. That's what she was saying while she was putting the King animations over and Queen animations over her and her son and her daughter's head. They killed his body, but they still can't kill the greatness that they left behind. Now they looking like a bunch of damn fools, talking about they hit us and folks are getting out of jail, and they so scared that some of these other dudes that has received. I saw Kenny Money post, I remember what you told me. Just know I listened to you. And somebody said to me the other day, okay, and I'm not picking on nobody, okay? But this is what I was told. Somebody said to me just yesterday, the reason why I spoke about Kenny Money again. Um, we were, having conversation, and they said, "Oh shoot, Big Jook ain't worried about that. Big Jook trying to figure out how he can get Kenny Money out of here." I said, "The devil is a lie." Okay, it's a damn shame that these same people, to include the other people that I was mentioned the other day. And these are some of the same people that have been mentioned in the assassination of young Dolph, think that they're going to come together and concoct a scheme to take out, and I have to say allegedly, another one of his artists, because they see on the inside of him what was on the inside of young Dolph. And God says it ain't going to happen. They'll have a heart attack and die before it happens. Okay? All right? If the folks don't get them. Okay, first. All right? It's a darn shame that, young Dolph said, what people start to hate on you when you start getting money. I guess that's the price that you pay, instead of trying to figure out, well, look here, you having some classes. I pay to come because, hey, whatever it is that you doing, it's sure working. Hey, I'll pay to come and sit up in a class so you can teach us. Okay, I'll go get a job. Instead, it's these bums, these junkies. Okay. These folks that God might have blessed a little bit, and they don't even know how to, you know what I mean? They just forfeiting everything that God has given them, because God says the gifts comes without repentance. So I don't even know if God even gave them the gifts, okay, to make the money that they're making. But I do know that God has all power, and they ain't gonna be able to win against that. Okay. But anyways, I'm happy to see Miajaye back, and I'm happy to see, she says, I'm happy and I'm healthy. And she had to do what was necessary. She got to stay strong. Folks want to see her breaking down. How in the hell a woman that's got to raise 2 minor kids, why would anybody want to see her breaking down just to appease them? And then if she was breaking down, it's fake. We're going to dissect that. We're going to go hire some folks. Yeah, they said that she had one more tear coming out of that, out in the other one. These folks are sick as hell. A lot of mental illness. Okay? Pathetic. Low down. But I'm glad that she's doing what is necessary as a black mother, single mother at this point, to stay healthy so that she can do what is necessary to make sure that her children are straight. So many people flip out and they ain't worried about their kids. So they don't care what they do. But I'm glad that's a mother that is, okay? So we're going to keep Miajaye in our prayers, you guys. But I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. I want you guys to know that I appreciate you so much. Y'all make me so happy, all of my subscribers. I always say you all make this channel what it is, okay? And what I said about, Big Jook, because somebody told me it's allegedly. It's allegedly. If it's in the atmosphere, Jook, stop, okay? Just stop, because God ain't going to let y'all win on thinking that y'all gonna take out somebody's child just because they are great. Okay. And I just have to put that into the atmosphere. Okay. But I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. I love you guys. I'll talk with you later.